I knew it would be big. I didn't know how big. When Australia got the World Cup hosting rights, I was going around telling everybody that I could, in my field and in other fields, this is going to be huge. This will be the biggest event since, well, in fact, since the Sydney 2000 Olympics, about which my first ARC grant was dedicated. And I did a lot of work around the Sydney 2000 Olympics on fandom and media and globalization, all that kind of thing. And I was going around and telling everybody, this is going to be huge. It's often been hard to persuade people that a dedicated women's competition is going to be that big. And my point was, yes, it's women's sport, but B, it's with the global game, it's with the world game, association football, which they call soccer here in Australia. I don't think anybody quite got it. It quite clearly took people by surprise. As one does in social sciences, you're part of the phenomenon often that you are trying to analyse. In the case of my field, media sport, things change really fast. They may stay the same for some time, and then there's a sudden shift, a watershed moment. And I found myself talking about this being a watershed moment. I don't think we will ever go back to the nostrum, the orthodoxy, which was very common, especially in the media, sport media, that women's sport doesn't sell. I don't think that can ever happen again. And so I think that is really important. It's important for gender relations and the whole field of sport itself and media. So any change, say, to women's sport has an impact on both those institutions, has to, and then those institutions have a ripple effect, have wider impact across entire societies and between societies. So that seems to me to be, the lesson that we have learned from this Women's World Cup, and that is an area of impact, because I think if people like myself don't make arguments in favour of what I call cultural citizenship, right, thinking of people as citizens, not as consumers. So if I can have any impact on policy in an area like that, then I think that's an important benefit of what I'm doing.